So we had a question come through on Instagram on what is the difference between an S corporation and an LLC from a tax standpoint. And we visited this topic before, but it's been a while, so I want to revisit that. And the biggest difference as far as federal tax goes on an S corporation versus an LLC is going to be self-employment tax. And as a brief recap, that's your portion of Social Security and Medicare, essentially payroll tax, as a self-employed person. And so an LLC is subject to self-employment tax, whereas an S corporation's profits are not. And so that's an extra 15% on top of net income that you have to pay as an LLC. Now, getting into kind of state by state, there's some differences in an LLC versus an S corporation. One example, like in California, the LLC has a gross receipts tax at the state level, whereas the S corporation is taxed on net income. And so if you have a low margin business, the LLC hurts you because you're taxed. You could have $1 million of sales, even though your net income is only $40,000 or $50,000 because your cost of goods are high, and you're still paying that tax based on $1 million of gross receipts. Whereas on an S corporation side, it's 1.5% of net income. Now that's California specific, so every state is going to be different on how the state taxes work, but just blanket rule federally, the big difference is there's a self-employment tax on an LLC, and there's not on an S corporation. And so if you have an LLC, you don't have to dissolve that entity and form an S corporation. You can actually just make an election to be taxed as an S corporation, and then you get the same benefits. So if you're already an LLC, the cost of becoming an S corporation is a lot lower for you. So hope that was helpful. If it was, hit that like button or subscribe, follow us, and we are pumping out content all the time. So we'll see you next time.